Hello and welcome to this episode of Yarn Chats. My name is Nicole and I'm the brains and the beauty behind Yarn Craft by Nicole. And today I've got some fun things to show you, but I think that today will be a little bit shorter and sweeter than last week. I had so many fun things to show you last week after we went to Seattle and had all of the fun there. But this week we've been local and settling back into our routine, which has been very nice. So the first thing I want to show you is my featured make. This is the Meryton Shawlette from Hooked Hazel. She's an excellent both crochet, she does some Tunisian, and then also knit designer. I've tested for her before. She's fantastic. But I really like this project because it was a single skein project, and it's pretty small. It's a Shawlette. It's mini, but it's perfect for warmer weather wear. So I like this a lot. The yarn is Dream and Color yarn. I picked this up when we were in New Orleans, and this was a color that was specifically dyed for the yarn shop that we went to. So I like this a lot, and I don't wear it enough. And I usually don't wear it quite like this, but I'm really digging it today. I've also got the, I'm gonna flake on the name real quick. This is a classic city crochet design that I did, understory, that's what it is, the understory cardigan, that I did as a pattern test for her earlier this year. It's a gorgeous cardigan. I have not worn it much just because I finished it in the spring and I used wool for mine in this gorgeous fade, and it's just been too warm to wear it. But I'm really excited for it in the winter and the fall because it'll be a nice layer to throw over anything and everything. So I really like this a lot. And it came out real cute. So let me show you what I finished. I actually finished a couple of things this week. I finished a secret pattern test. I can't show it to you yet. I might have even had that finished last week. But it's really cute, and I took finished object pictures of it this week. Maybe even it was yesterday. And you're gonna love it when you get to see it. The other things that I have finished this week, two of them are garments. So the first one I'm gonna show you, this is the Chasing Summer Tank by KnitsnKnots. She's also both a crochet and a knitwear designer. This is a free pattern on her blog. She has both a lightweight version and the original DK weight version. I did mod mine a little bit with the way I did the straps. You make each of these front panels, I'm gonna hold it up so you can kind of see it, from the inside out. So you make it small and then you make it as wide as you need it, which I really like because not only is it flattering, you can make sure that it fits you. And so when I went on my last round around, I just added more chains and then did a double crochet when I came back down. See if it'll focus on that. It's really trying to focus on my face, not letting it. So that I could have a little bit wider of a strap. And then I went over all of the edges with a single crochet border, and at the bottom, which I don't think I showed you, I did this cute scalloped border, which I really liked. So this is cute. I took pictures of this as well this weekend, or this week, and I will say that after wearing it for part of a day, I need to adjust the straps. I haven't quite decided how I want to do that. I used an all acrylic yarn, but it's almost behaving more like a bamboo or something where it kind of grows a little bit after you wear it. And like, even when I was taking the pictures, like I was just having to keep adjusting the top. So maybe that, and then the other part about it is that obviously this is not designed for pregnant people necessarily, and it's just a little bit more cropped and tight fitting than I would probably wear much longer in the summer. But I do think it'll be really cute with high-waisted skirts and then like a little something over it. So I had this yarn in my stash already. This is Yarntopia from Yarn Bee, and it was a quick make. I made it over the weekend. And because it's all double crochet, it worked up really quickly. I think the original pattern uses DK, and then there's a fingering weight version. I think that Yarntopia is labeled as a sport, but I thought it worked up more like a DK. So I really liked this a lot. Came out real cute, and I like the color. I don't wear a whole lot of solid blue, and blue's my favorite, and it goes with my eyes really well. So I really like that. The other thing I'm going to do is, because it is an all acrylic yarn, I'm actually going to throw it in the washer and the dryer first before I do anything with the straps. So we'll see what I do about that. So this is the first tank top that I've made that has had straps like that. So I know that sometimes in knitting, after you make a tank top with like smaller straps, you kind of have to adjust later for growth or in just like the weight of the garment. So I'm learning. The other thing that I finished, which I'm very excited about, and you will get to see a whole lot more about in a video that I'm going to be releasing hopefully within the next week or so, is this beauty. Look at her. She's so cute. I'm gonna hold it over to the side. It looks like this whole section is pink, but it's not. It's all cream, and then I used pink to embroider the flowers, but that's just a trick of the light. There you go. It's a little bit better. So this top I made with the dimensions of a sweater, a store-bought sweater that I already had, that I really like the fit of. And so I took a couple of measurements, and then I made 2 panels, one for the back, one for the front, and then added a ribbing, seamed everything together. And then once it was finished, I added these cute little embroidered flowers. Again, I'll kind of hold it over to the side. That doesn't look awkward at all, does it? To make it feel a little bit more like me, because I don't generally make things that are all off-white. And it looked really cute, but also it just needed a little pizzazz. So I like this a lot. I kind of want to make another one already. I used KnC's Essential Cotton for this. And then this was just cotton scraps I already had. I think the pink is from Juniper Moon Farms. But I really like the way it came out. If you've ever used the KnC Essential Cotton, or if you've seen it in store and wondered how well it works up amazing. So I really like this, and I am hopefully going to be able to get all of that video edited and stitched together within the next week or so. I might even work on it a little bit on the plane tonight. So I like this a lot. I would make another one of those in a heartbeat. The other thing I did is I did a couple more squares for baby girl's blanket. I did the X. I got off my count somewhere, and then I was like, oh, I'll just press through and it'll block out. The X is a smidge wonky, but it's fine. It'll look good with the rest of the blanket. And then because I didn't have a full skein of this, I finished the X, and I had one more letter that was supposed to be the same background, and I wasn't quite sure that I was going to have enough. Maybe this is the front of the tan color, or I would have been cutting it really close. I went ahead and switched to a mini skein that I had that is similar but different to do the V. So I'm really excited about that. That means I have 10 squares out of my 30, which is pretty great. Because yeah, we've got 26 letters and there's 4 like solid squares on the edge. That pattern is from Sass and Stitch, and it is called the Alphabet Blanket. It's a very well written pattern. I've packed some more of those. I packed the next color to do on the plane today as well. It'll be a light blue. It was a Sorella Oopsie. I have not bought any more yarn since last week, which is good because I bought a lot of yarn 2 weeks ago, and I still have plenty that I need to work through. So no yarn love this week, but I do have something exciting that I'm going to be working on. I have signed up for my first craft fair. I've never done one before, and I'm really pumped about it. So I've been going through my stash. I've been going through my stash recently and trying to put it all on Ravelry so I have a good way to organize it. And just so I can have a better head around my business about like how much inventory I have, and taking better records about how basically like input and output and profit. That's the simplest way to explain that. But I've been going through all of my stash, specifically with things that were acrylic yarns or leftovers, and trying to figure out what I want to make for this craft show. So if you have any suggestions for what I should make, let me know down in the comments below what you like to see from crocheters at craft fairs. I've tried to ask more of my non-yarny friends about what they would want to see, because I feel like I see a lot from my yarny friends about what they want or what they have made for craft shows. I know that I'm going to be taking my inventory from Etsy, so I know there's some hats already, some scarves. I think there's at least 2 baby blankets, but I know that I'm going to make some mug rugs. I'm going to make some gnomes. Gnomes are pretty popular, and they're fun to make because you're just playing with colors in cute ways. Fingerless mitts was a suggestion from a friend of mine, and I have a really good pattern that I like for that already, that they work up pretty quickly. And then maybe some shawls and some cowls, using some of those leftover yarns as more of the higher priced items. So if you have any other, oh, and my best friend loves the little amigurumi, so I think I'll get creative with making some animals based on some yarns I already have. But that is how I'm going to be wrapping up today. We're leaving in a few hours to go to Comic-Con, so if you haven't already, make sure that you are following me on Instagram, Yarncraft by Nicole, so you can see my Scarlet Witch costume, where I crocheted a top for that. I'm very excited for putting that whole look together, going to Comic-Con for the first time. It's going to be a lot of fun. And with that, I will see you next week. Bye, guys.